And you're watching Denver. Denver's got more good players. And Chris Jones had a sack yesterday. Doesn't feel the same. He's an interior defensive lineman. Those guys age quickly. Tight ends outside of George Kittle age quickly. So that final drive to me felt very Mahomes-esque. Bo Nix had pass protection. He could use the run game. He was running. He was twitchy. He was nimble. He had options. A lot of good wide receiver choices. I mean, it didn't look like a fluke to me. It looked real. Denver and Sean Payton officially the team to beat in the AFC West. And yesterday, they had the Chiefs feel. They manipulated the clock. They controlled the outcome. That's what Kansas City did the previous half decade. Here's Bo Nix after.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And, if you're, some say if you're scared, go to church. If you're going to play this sport, if you're going to play this game for too long, you can't really be intimidated, or there's really no sense in going out there. If you don't believe you're going to win and eventually get to the top, then I feel like you just waste so much time.
Oh, Bo Nix, you are a gem. You are a gem. Yeah, that final drive should give you goosebumps. Because that is what it reliably takes in the NFL, is being able to have big-time drives like that. Big-time throws like that. Those big third-down conversions, throwing on the run, being flushed out of the pocket, making a big-time throw between two defenders. Like, oh man, Bo Nix was big-time in that game. Big-time. Especially, obviously, the game-winning drive. And you're going up against, Bo Nix has now outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice in their 2 times that he's played them. He's outplayed them. He's outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice and hasn't even really been particularly close. Bo Nix even making the play in that bizarre passing play where he had to jump up and make sure that the ball didn't get intercepted. You're like, oh God, what are you doing? But I know some Chiefs fans will be like, well, we didn't run the ball. Kareem Hunt and blah blah. And it's like, what run game? What real run support did Bo Nix and the Broncos have? And you've told me all year long, Kelsey Thorin, Hollywood Brown, Rashid Rice, Xavier Worthy, they're better than this cast of characters. Who's Pat Bryant? You know what? Who? I remember when Nick had a whole video talking about how this receiving CP, there's no weapons at all. They're awful. And that's why I said, well, then isn't it amazing what Bo Nix and Shaw and Peyton were able to do last year then? And I was like, which is which then? Isn't it pretty remarkable? Like you? Like what is it then? And so, this was just such a huge pivotal moment for the Denver Broncos. That game-winning drive 2 minutes, and think about this. This is really where this game was won right here. This is what big teams do. Okay, you have a punt. 3 plays, 8 yards for Kansas City Chiefs 2. Make it 19-16. You then march down the field. Okay, obviously you're in good position. 19-19. And then you force another 3-play drive. Minus 11 yards. Big time sack. I think that's right when Mahomes got the on. Yeah, the big time sack. And then you force the punt. And then now you march down the field 10 plays, 58 yards, with huge got-to-have-it moments. Right, the 3rd and 15. The 3rd and 15 for 20 yards. Okay, just big time moments. And then the 32-yard pass to Franklin. Right, 2nd and 8. A 32-yard pass in a moment when it was like, what do you do? What do you do? Do you run the ball? You're afraid. Can't give the ball back. Well, if we score here, then they still have plenty of time. You're still doing this whole thing. It's going to be a deep field goal. Do we? What do we do? And it's like, I'm going to put the ball in Bo Nix's hands. And this is what I said after the Chiefs played the Broncos last year, with Mahomes, not the final game of the season. And I said consistently in that game, and this was very early on in the season, or what was it, Bo Nix 6th game in his life or something, right? Whatever it was definitely obviously early on. And I said, guys, that's all the information you need to know about Bo Nix right now, is the trust that Sean Payton has on him with him. I said every big moment they put the ball in Bo Nix's hands. And you're talking about now going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning 2-time Super Bowl champions, against an elite defense. You're a rookie. You're on the road. You're in Arrowhead. This is the biggest game of your life at this point for Bo Nix. And Sean Payton is putting the ball in his hands. Now, fast forward to here, you're in a position to have a true commanding eye. Listen, this game has devastating consequences in either direction. Whether the Chiefs win, the Broncos lose, whichever direction you go in has devastating consequences. You're at home, right? And when you're a great team, you're at home. You're having a great quarterback, great coach, great defense. Even if you're going up against a great team, it's like in the division. You're supposed to take care of business, right? You're supposed to take care of business. And you have a team, a quarterback that could definitely be playing better, an offense that needs to be playing better. That's not like they've been ripping off a string of like elite great games there. We've known that Bo Nix is like not feeling the most comfortable, right? Like you're not feeling the best about that offense, and yet still putting the ball in his hands, still trusting him to get the job done. 11 passing first downs too. The Mahomes 13 passing. Mahomes first downs. 7 for 15 on third down. 342 total yards. Right. Yards per play, 5.6 to 5. Broncos have more yards per pass. 7.1, 5.2, 2 for the Chiefs. I mean, big time. And listen, both teams not so great in the red zone. 1 for 4, 1 for 5. 10 penalties. Definitely off that one. Huge PI. I mean, what was that, like a 60-yard pass interference call? So that obviously really juiced up those numbers there. But like, 10 penalties. 10 penalties. It was the Broncos that forced the turnover. It was the Broncos that got the big 3 and outs when needed to. It was the Broncos that got the huge, got-to-have-it third down conversions. It was the Broncos that got the block. It was the Broncos that got the huge sack. It was the Broncos that kicked the game-winning field goals. Time is expiring. It was the Broncos. And I said that when you got Sean Payton and Bon Nix, I said, these are the games that you now are going to start to win. These are the games when you have a great coach, when you have a great quarterback. These are the games that you now find ways to win. When you don't have a great coach, when you don't have a great quarterback, or if you have a great quarterback but not a great coach, or a great coach but not a great quarterback, it's like these games are really hard to win. You can get close to it, but it's hard. It's really, really, really hard. And I'm not a QB win guy or coach win guy, but like these types of moments are definitely in favor of that argument of being a QB wins guy. Because it's like so much football comes down to this, and how do you manipulate the clock? What is your play calling down the stretch? Do you make the plays when you truly need them the most? When the pressure is through the roof? And that's what we saw the Broncos do right now. And this is still far from the best version. They're still dealing with Russell Wilson's, money. It's still all there. And this team is not even fully healthy. They're missing their running back. They're missing their defensive leader, right? Like they're not even really 100% right there now. And their quarterback still he could probably improve. Let's try to be as accurate as we can. Bo Nix probably has 20 to 30% of improvement that he can have, honestly. And even if he just improves by 5% or 10%, it's just like, oh my gosh, what else is there? What else is there? Super Bowls. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Bo Nix and Denver Broncos taking down the Kansas City Chiefs? As Colin is saying, replacing the Kansas City Chiefs. That Bo Nix was like Mahomes. The Denver Broncos were like the Kansas City Chiefs. That Sean Payton was like Andy Reid. Vance was like Spags. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. So, you agree with me or disagree with me? Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.